92% of teens ages 13 to 17 go online daily. 1 in 5 girls have been cyberbullied, and girls are twice as likely as boys to be victims. Now, those are some staggering stats. And our next guest joins us to offer some tips and steps to implementing a cyber safety family policy to protect your loved ones while they are online. I'm joined now this morning by Dr. Eric Cole, who served on the Cybersecurity Commission under President Obama, worked as a technical director for the CIA's Internet Program Team, and most recently authored a new book titled Online Dangers: How to Protect Yourself and Your Loved Ones from the Evil Side of the Internet. Good morning. Hold up your book right there.
Yeah, there you go. A little self-promotion.
Right. Nothing wrong with a little self-promotion on this show. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. So let's talk about this, because you and I were just talking. We're parents and we got kids. You can't shield. You can't tell them. It's not enough to just say don't go on the internet anymore, because that's the world that we live in.
Right. That's actually the worst thing you can do, because if you try stopping them, they're smarter than us.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
They'll figure out ways around it. They'll use friends' accounts, embrace it. But the big things you need to do is educate your kids and monitor what they're doing. Every account they have, you should have an account and see what's being posted and see what they're saying.
Right. Now, a lot of parents, and I have this discussion with some other parents, because I don't believe that kids should have privacy when it comes to like their social media accounts and all that stuff. So I get in there, I got the passwords and all that stuff. Is that a good idea?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What I always say is, what you do in real life, you need to do in cyberspace. We tell our kids don't talk to strangers. We tell our kids speak respectfully, say nice things. But in cyberspace, they're in a different world. Things that kids would never say to someone's face, they would post online. And the other big problem is with electronic devices, they're on 24/7. So they can either bully or be bullied by other people around the clock. So what you want to do is have time where they don't have their devices. What I do at my house is we have charging stations, no charging stations in their room, and they have to put their phones there for 2 or 3 hours in the evening, and they can't go to their bedrooms with their phones. They need a break from electronic devices.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's talk about some 5 other steps when it comes to implementing safety when it comes to this, because they're going to get on the internet, so you got to protect them. All right, so number 1, don't bury your head in the sand. I think we just talked about that one. Don't bury your head in the sand and act like, you know, the internet doesn't exist. This ain't the old days.
Exactly. and understand what they're doing, and periodically look at their phones, see what apps they're using, see what they're doing.
Okay, always have access to your child's device. We just covered that because I got their password, so they can't hide. Exactly.
Well, what I do is with the fingerprint, because my kids have iPhones, is if I take their phone and I put my fingerprint and they deleted me, they lose their phone for a week. That's a non-negotiable.
I like that, non-negotiable. You got that, kids? All right, how about number 3? Watch, look, and listen. Place the devices where kids can't get to them, as you just talked about. Put them in places they can't take them to the rooms and different things like that.
Right, and the other big thing is kids don't realize, and some parents don't realize, there is no delete button on the internet. Once you post or say something, it will live forever. And we see cases where kids bullied and didn't realize it, and now that's being used against them, and they're not getting into colleges because of what they did online.
Right, and so they need to realize that this stuff stays on there forever.
Exactly. Your life is being recorded, and one mistake can ruin your life.
Right. Spot checks. What are spot checks? Perform some spot checks.
That's just periodically, if they're sitting on the couch, is just take their phone and see what they're doing.
Right, okay.
Look at what they're watching. My youngest daughter hates this.
Oh, yeah,
but
I know.
I want to see what video she's watching. And then instead of saying no, explain to her what's happening there, because the other part is a lot of these apps and videos you're watching, they can be privately monitoring and watching your children, so you want to be real careful.
All right, and also number 5 here is turn on device location. Now, this is one that I wasn't aware of. So turn on the device location. Explain what that's all about.
So your phone can track your location. Now, this is a careful one. You don't want to turn it on publicly, because there are cyber stalkers that can use that to find your children. But you want to turn it on just for the app, like Friend Finders, so you can see and monitor where your children are and what your children are doing.
Is it? And now, so this is in the phone and the device, so you just click it on when they get ready to do what? Like when they leave the house, you don't, like you said, you don't want the stalkers to follow them. So when do you turn it on?
Well, you actually turn it on, but you can set privacy settings.
Gotcha, okay.
And that's the important part, is set the privacy settings so only you can track your children and no one else. And I even do it with my son when he drives. After 10 o'clock at night, if his phone starts moving, I get an alert, so I know he's driving, he's going out, or something's happening.
Gotcha. Do they need to know that that device is being tracked? Do the kids need to know that?
They'll probably figure it out, but that's another one that turns on and a non-negotiable.
Right.
If your child turns off location services, their phone gets taken away. You have to have strict policies that these are non-negotiables.
Right. Okay, doctor. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.
Very good. If I hold the book again, self-promotion.
Hold the book.
Self-promotion. You got to do it. Hey, this is some good information, though, seriously, because, you know, as we said, the internet's not going anywhere. Right. The kids are on the internet. They are on social media. So this is some good information, some good tips out of things that I didn't even know about. So good tips there. Doctor, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it. All right. Back over to the couch.
Thank you both.
Wow.
You're right. Good stuff, right?
Ooh, I know. It's like
Reminder.
mine's
What
only
else?
6, but I'm thinking, okay, I need to get that book. All right.